What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. This is another video request, and for this video one of my subscribers asked if I could speak on Latin American women getting plastic surgery, especially when it comes to like celebrities or contestants of the Miss Universe pageants, mainly the ones that came from certain Latin American countries, and how some of them got plastic surgery prior to becoming a contestant, and then also the standard of beauty when it comes to Latinas. So I don't think that you can speak on standards of beauty within Latin America like under just one thing, like with one brush, because I do feel like those standards slightly vary from country to country depending on the people of those countries, what the typical person within that country looks like. So I feel like that varies. So of course, me being of Dominican descent, I am a little more familiar with the whole standards of beauty and stuff like that when it comes to Dominican people. But as far as the rest of Latin America, I guess you could say there are still some similarities. So one thing I can say is that plastic surgery has become very prevalent in Latin America, and a lot of people go from the United States to Latin America to get plastic surgery done. Now, as I mentioned in one of my last videos, and I've said it before, I did get a tummy tuck done in DR. That was just a choice I decided to make after having my second daughter, because I was not happy with the way my stomach looked. So I was like, bump this, I'm going to DR. I'm getting myself a tummy tuck and a little lipo action just to get my waistline kind of like snatched again. So I went ahead and did that. But I will say I have definitely seen a increase. I don't know if I would say a sharp increase, but it's definitely a notable increase, at least amongst Dominican women, in getting plastic surgery done. I think a big part of it is just because it's so much cheaper to go to DR and get it done. But, sometimes when I watch Dominican TV shows, or like I'll see like my uncles or whatever watching Dominican TV shows here, in the US, like you can tell like half of these, TV hosts and stuff got work done. I mean, it's just, the thing now is just the really big boobs and the really big butt. I think that's something women all over the world are kind of chasing right now, like that, very voluptuous, thick aesthetic. That's what's in right now. That's what's popular. That's what people like. And although, a lot of Dominican women naturally have like fake bottoms, there are those that are also just getting the work done to achieve it. So, they get in the BBLs and, the complete mommy makeovers, with the snatched waist, the fuller chests, the fuller butts. And so, I think another place a lot of people go to get that done is Colombia, Brazil. It happens all over. So I will definitely say that, part of this is in response to trying to achieve certain standards of beauty within Latin America. Now, in regards to the Miss Universe pageants, I think you did see two very unique situations, especially with the Miss Dominican Republic and the Miss Puerto Rico, where with the Miss DR, you had some people feeling like she was too black or that she looked Haitian or whatever. She wasn't really Dominican. But then with the Miss Puerto Rico, you had people feeling that she was too white, that she didn't represent your, I guess the masses of Puerto Ricans. I think also because she is half white. Any Puerto Ricans out there, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she's half white, half Puerto Rican. She doesn't really speak Spanish that well, so people were like upset about that. And I think that as much as we say that Latin Americans have a more European standard of beauty, at the same time though, it's like there's only a limit. There's so much of a limit when it comes to that. even with the whiter Latinas, it's like, okay, if you're too white looking, or I would say even if you possess more of like a Anglo or Nordic European type of look, it's like, okay, you're too white to represent Latinos. Okay, if you're gonna be a whiter Latino, you need to look a little more like Southern European or Mediterranean, have slightly darker features. And then on the black end, even though Miss DR really wasn't even like that dark. I mean, she's dark skinned, but I don't see how people feel like she was like super black. Like she's really not when you really look at it. Now, as far as whether she looks Dominican, I mean, that is up for debate, but she doesn't necessarily look Haitian to me either. And I know there's not one look to Haitians either. But due to our admixtures, there is a difference in how the general Haitian population looks versus the general Dominican population. Okay, so to me, she didn't look Haitian to me either. Okay, maybe she might have looked like some other type of Caribbean, I don't know, but she didn't look Haitian to me. But anyways, so I would say the ideal standard of beauty within Latin America is more of like a mixed look. And you can be lighter, you can be darker, but still it should be evident that you're mixed, okay? So then going back to the plastic surgery, I think that mixed look also comes into play there. Because it's like on the one hand, it's like people want the mixture of like the more European facial features, but then the more African body features. So it's like that mix of both things, because at the end of the day, they're not looking for these women that get these surgeries aren't trying to look super slim with like, you know, non-voluptuous curves that you see in maybe some European women. I mean, I don't know. But I say that because obviously the more voluptuous bodies come from African women. I mean, that's just, you know, it's just that. But anyway, so it's like this mix of both things. And so that is what I feel a lot of these women are trying to achieve. And, you know, I said in my video about Lizzo how I feel like a lot of what we see on social media also influences us as well. And what is most popular right now is the women with the very tiny waists and like the super thick thighs and hips and butts. Like that's what's in right now. And so, you know, as a lot of women thinking, you know, this is the ideal shape. So that is what they want to go after. That is what they feel the masses will consider beautiful. And that is what they consider men will find attractive as well. So I feel like, you know, it's a mix of all these things. And then like when you're a celebrity or when you're a beauty pageant contestant where you have all of these eyes on you and everyone judging your body and rating your body, it's like even more pressure to, you know, achieve this ideal shape or look. And that definitely causes a lot of women to get plastic surgery done. So, you know, I do think that when it comes to Latina women, I mean, plastic surgery, it is kind of a big thing. You know, I'm not even going to lie, it is. And like I said, when it comes to Dominican women, I know a lot of Dominican women that have gotten work done. It's pretty much become second nature for a lot of us, to be totally honest. Like, it's not even a big deal anymore. And, you know, I said once before that sometimes the subject of plastic surgery can be a little like taboo, you know, with some people. But I'm like, you know what, whatever. Like I tell y'all, I had, you know, my little bit of work done. I'm not gonna be ashamed of it. You know, I paid for it, so, you know. But again, I feel like it's just become so normal now. But even with that, you have to be careful and really research your doctors, because a lot of people have gone to Latin America to some of these, you know, not so trustworthy doctors and have gotten botched jobs done or even lost their lives. So you definitely have to be careful and research your doctors very well. Look at their work, look at their reviews, all that type of stuff. So all in all, you know, I feel like it's hard sometimes as women to not give in to the societal pressures of, you know, trying to look a certain way, or not giving into, you know, I don't know, just seeing what other people deem as beautiful, what certain men deem as beautiful. When you know, you see women with, like, I don't know, flat butts get made fun of, or with really small boobs, or you see people with really wide noses get made fun of, or with you see people with paper thin lips get made fun of. So it's like you see all these things and you hear all these things, and it's like, well, I don't want to get made fun of for that, so let me go ahead and get that done, you know. So anyway, that there's a lot of reasons why somebody might decide to get plastic surgery done. Same, you know, when it comes to Latina women. But yeah, I think for Latinas, it is more so about achieving that mixed look, because at the end of the day, that's what we are in our majority. Most of us are mixed people. So I feel like that's normal almost, that people want to achieve that type of look. You know, if you're a darker skinned, you know, Latino, I don't find it surprising that some may want to achieve, you know, that mixed look. And then same with the lighter skin ones, because a lot of lighter skin Latinos don't want to be seen as just pasty white either. You know, they want to look mixed too. So it is what it is. So that was my thoughts on that. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.